Claude Code is hands down the most powerful AI tool in the world today. And when you add on skills to Claude Code, it becomes superhuman. And I guess pun intended, but really skills are what gives Claude Code direction. And I like to say intentionality because it can do a good job, but just kind of in the wrong direction a lot of times. And with skills, you're able to say like, hey, this is good. This is what I want it to look like. This is how I want this kind of thing that you do to feel and look and be. And today we're going to go over a set of marketing skills from a friend of mine and probably one of the best marketing minds I know. His name is Corey Haines. He open sourced a set of marketing skills on GitHub. I'll put a link in the description below, but I want to walk through what we can take away from both marketing and creating skills from these examples. And hey, if we haven't met before, my name's Craig Hewitt. Welcome back to the channel. Channel here is all about how we can use AI to move ourselves and our business forward to create the best possible life we can, because I believe AI is the best force for good probably in my lifetime outside of my family. And today I want to talk about skills. I have a whole video on the channel, and I'll put a link in the description below, all about skills and why they're so important and how to create them. And I have my own bundle of skills. But I want to walk through Corey's skills because I think there's a lot we can learn from them because they're really, really good. So as we're going to create new skills for ourselves, our projects, and our businesses, don't just copy things, but learn how to do them yourself. So when it's time to create your next skill, you can go do it and create better skills so you get better outcomes from Claude Code. Okay, so here we are in GitHub. And I just want to talk through how a skill is kind of set up. So we have the skills folder here. And these are in separate folders each. So there's one for copywriting, one for editing, one for competitor awareness, free tools, pop-ups, right? So let's just open the paid ads one. And you see all it is a skill.md file. So it's a markdown file. And so let's open this, and it has a bit of meta at the top where it has a name and it has a description. This is kind of what makes a skill from a requirements perspective. But let's talk about the workflow and the context setting that goes into these skills that makes them so powerful. So we have a section here at the top, which is before starting. Gather this context if not provided. So what does this do for us? Well, to me, this says like, hey, I want to make sure my project, this thing I'm doing, understands who I am, what I'm trying to achieve, who my business is, what my customer is, all these kinds of things, right? And this is a paid ads skill, right? So we're using this to optimize paid ads. So what are the goals of the campaigns? Traffic, awareness, leads. Do I have a target CPA or return on ad spend? What's the budget? Okay, what am I selling? Who am I selling it to? Has this been running for a while or is it brand new? Okay, so imagine you were hiring a paid acquisition consultant and you just came in and said like, hey, fix my Facebook ads. They would probably ask you all of these questions, right? And so Corey is very smartly saying, hey, set the stage for what we're trying to do here. Give me the context so I know what I'm doing and what you want so I can go do a good job. And so what platform are we on? Google, Meta, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, right? If any of these, this is kind of what this means to your ad campaign. TikTok skews younger, Twitter, lower CPMs, right? Okay, so cool. Now we have campaign best structures. Okay, so account should look like this. We have an account, we have a campaign, it has an ad set, and it has multiple ads. Yep, makes sense. Naming conventions, really important in Facebook ads or any kind of ads. So because you're gonna have multiple campaigns and ad sets and ads, and if you're naming all of them differently, you're not gonna know how to go in there and kind of figure out what's what. Testing phase, right? So without like dissecting every single piece of this, what I wanna say is like, at a high level, a skill is like a mega prompt that you don't have to write every time. Right. So we're going to install these skills in just a minute so you can see what this looks like. But if I was going to go optimize an ad campaign of mine, I would just use the paid ad skill and it would load all of this in and ask me questions about it. Okay, so let's do that now. So let's go back to the main repo page and figure out how to install these skills. And then we'll use a couple of them and show you what it's all about. Okay, so so you have a couple of ways. You can install it as a CLI skill. That's cool. I'm gonna install it as a Claude Code plugin because I use Claude Code. So let me open up a new project in Claude Code and we'll install these. Okay, so here I am in my Castos Writer project. And And just for context, this is kind of a fork and a customized version of SEO Machine that I have. So this is an open source Claude Code project that is meant for content writing, landing pages, blog posts, long form content that's SEO optimized. So you can go and download and use this, and it has all sorts of cool slash commands and stuff. We're going to install Corey's packet of marketing skills in this to make it not just a SEO writing tool, but just an overall marketing tool. Okay. So let's go back over here and we'll just install this via the marketplace. So we're going to create Corey's plugin marketplace. Cool. That's done. And then install the marketing skills plugin. Install for all collaborators in this repository. So I shared this project with team members of mine. And so I would want this to be for everyone who uses this, not just for me locally, which would be this option here. And I don't want this across all of my projects. So I want this on this repository, but for everybody who uses this repository. Cool. Okay, so that's happening and that's all done. Restart Claude Code to load new plugins. Okay, so I'm gonna say quit. And then I'm just gonna say Claude. Okay, and by the way, I'm in a terminal emulator called Ghosty here. I really like Ghosty. It's kind of like just a nicer looking terminal. I'm not using VS Code or Cursor or anything like that these days. I just find it's a little too heavy for what I want to do most of the time. Cool, so now we have a bunch of skills, and if we hit slash, we can see all of the skills that we have here. And if we go down, we could just go through all of these, right? Okay, and so back in the GitHub repo, I have different ways that you can use this. So you can use it just in context, help me optimize this landing page for conversions, and it will invoke the page-CRO skill. That's cool. So we're gonna try that. And then we're gonna invoke it directly by using a slash command. So like page CRO or email sequence. So let's try the email sequence one first. And we're gonna run a webinar at Casto soon that is all about kind of how to win on YouTube. And so I'm gonna have it do that. So what do I call this? Email sequence is the name here. So I'll say email. These are not loading. Okay, so I installed this and I was having a bit of trouble with it because the slash commands weren't working. And so I just said, Claude Code is super smart. So I said, hey, is the marketing skills plugin installed? And it said, yes, the marketing skills plugin is installed. You can invoke these with, marketing skills and then skill name. Okay, so it's not just a slash command, but you have to do marketing skills, and then email sequence. Cool. And you see it turned blue here. That means that like it recognized this as a skill. Okay, cool. So, this is like a little bit long. I wonder if I installed it via CLI, if it would just be a slash command like this, because the rest of my slash commands don't have this kind of like root to it. And it may be just how I installed this. I'm not really sure. Okay, so we're going to do a webinar. So I'm just going to describe the webinar. So we're doing a webinar at Castos to teach our customers how to win on YouTube. It is going to pull from my experience doing 100 days of AI and publishing 100 days of YouTube videos in a row and growing my channel from 250 to over 12,000 subscribers. One of the big things about this is we want to promote our new SaaS tool called Outlier, so outlier.so, in this webinar series. So craft me an email sequence to kind of plant the seed for this webinar, pre-announce it, announce it, and then a couple of follow-ups to get people on board. I don't have a landing page or anything yet, but you just do your best. Okay, so like that should be all that you have to do. And this skill, so let's go look at this email sequence skill while this is cooking here. So we'll go into skills and email sequence and go and open the skill file. So you're an expert in email marketing automation. Your goal is to create an email sequence that nurtures relationships, drives action, moves people towards conversions. Cool. The sequence type, right? So I told it what it is. So it's in a nurture sequence or event-based sequence. Who are they? What trigger, right? Okay, so cool. It's probably going to ask me for more context. Core principles. This is really smart. One email, one job. Value before ask. I think that's fair. Relevance over volume and clear path forward. So how many emails are going to be in the sequence? How far apart are they going to be? So these are things like the way I look at skills is like Claude Code probably would get most of this right, but some of it wouldn't be right. And it's not really Claude Code's fault that it's wrong. It's just that you didn't tell it. So now I'm just telling it all of this stuff that Corey, who again is like an expert marketer, has laid all out. Cool. So let's go back to Claude Code and see what it did. So it cooked all this up Here's a 6 email sequence to build anticipation and drive registrations for YouTube growth webinar. Cool. So subject, I grew from 250 to 12,000 subscribers in 100 days. Here's what I learned. Cool. That's pretty good. So, and then email 2 is the pre-announcement. Email 3 is the official announcement 5 or 6 days before. Cool. Email 4, value and reminder. Cool. Okay. So that's great. Now let's do another one. Marketing skill. And we want to do page CRO. Oh, that's not the format. Marketing skills. Okay, so again, /marketing skills, page CRO. So it's going to analyze a page and tell me why it doesn't convert well. So let's do this for our new tool at Outlier. Analyze this page, the landing page for Outlier, outlier.so. Tell me why it works well and why it doesn't. Use best practices from your skill to guide this and ask me any clarifying questions you have. So, this is going to go out and look at this URL, and then it's going to, so can I fetch the skill? Yes. Or can I fetch this page? Yes, you can. But then in the background, it's loading all of the context in this skill. Let's just pull up the page CRO skill. Conversion rate optimization expert. Your goal is to analyze marketing pages and provide actionable recommendations to improve conversion rates. Pretty cool. So again, it's giving the remember when, 2 years ago with prompting and saying you are a conversion rate optimization specialist, blah, 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 blah. That's part of it, right? But then format things, this is how I want the data back. These are different types of pages and how you should think about them. Experiments that I can run on this page to help improve it. Pricing, demo, CTAs, all this kind of stuff. Cool. Okay, so it came back with some stuff and probably some questions. So it's a SaaS landing page, pre-launch because we are early access. If you go to outlier.so, as of the release of this video, we'll still be probably early access by 1st of February or so. We'll be opening up to everyone. For YouTube creators, particularly smaller channels. What's working well? Cool, good. I love to hear that. What could be stronger? The 5-second test problem. While steal like a creator is memorable, a cold visitor might not immediately understand what the product is. Okay, I agree with that. We wanted to kind of make a splash with that headline. The hero section lacks visual proof. You're selling visual tools like thumbnail and video discovery, but the hero doesn't show the product in action. I don't know that I agree with that. Let's just go to the page as it exists today. It shows the tool right here. So maybe they're saying hey, this image could be better. I will say though that the way that it grabbed this page, it's just getting the text. So I don't know, you would need something like Playwright to go look at the page, which I don't think this is doing. Social proof could be more specific. Yeah, we're early access, so we don't have any customers yet. So that's fine. CTA could be more outcomes focused. Yep, I agree with that. And when we do go from early access to opening it up, we definitely will do that. No video for a video tool. Absence of video feels like a missed opportunity. Yep, I agree. I should do that, and I should do that today. Add a product screenshot, which I have. I just didn't know this. So cool, that's great. And then we can go down the rabbit hole. What's your current conversion rate? Where's your traffic coming from? Do you have any beta users? What's your timeline like for launch? So cool. Okay, so what's the let's bring this home. What's the so what with this? The so what for this, the marketing skills, is if you're using Claude Code for marketing, you should check it out and you should install it. There's a lot of skills here, right? If we go back into the skills folder, there's a lot of skills here. Do you need all these? Maybe not. Could you pick and choose some of them? 100%. And would I probably? Yeah. I'm not going to launch all the time, so I don't need this launch skill in my folder all the time. Marketing psychology, paid ads. If I'm running a bunch of paid ads, I would want this in there all the time, but I might not want it all the time. Social content, SEO, audit, schema markup. Some of these things might not apply all the time. Some of them might apply all the time. And so all you could do is just take this markdown file, right? And copy and paste it into your Claude project. That's all it is. And so you have a .claude, folder in the top of your Claude project and just create a skills folder and then create programmatic SEO and just copy and paste it in there. Or you can download the whole thing and put it in there. But I like to understand what's going on with my skills, and I probably like to tweak and clean them up and make them my own a little bit. So I might just take this and work with it and use it for a while and then be like, cool, I'm going to delete all of it. And then I'm going to make this my own, because like I have my own set of skills that I like because they think and work like I do. I would encourage you to do the same thing. So take what Corey's done here as a starting place, maybe use it, get to know it, right? And then figure out what you don't like and adapt it to be exactly what you want. Cool. So skills, super powerful in getting any AI system, Claude or Claude Code, to do more of what you want, like you want it. It's kind of like guardrails for AI, because like what AI does when you don't like it isn't wrong. It's just not like what you want. And skills just give that kind of preference and intentionality again to it. So check it out. Link will be in the description below. Link will be in the description below as well for my bundle of marketing skills. Maybe check both of them out and decide which one you like best. And if this was valuable to you and you got something out of this and you're going to go implement this in your business, please consider subscribing. Really means a lot to me and the channel and keeps me coming back to create more videos like this for you and the community in the future.